everybody, Brian Holmes here, down at Studio 13. I was dropping off some kit from a shoot a couple weekends ago, so I figured I'd do a quick video about combat sports photography. The reason why I'm doing this video is last night I had the opportunity to shoot Pure Fighting Championship 6 at the Milwaukee Theater, and I posted a picture to Facebook of my camera settings, and it garnered a couple comments and questions of why they were the way they were. So I'm going to go over those a little bit in this video and a few other things that I've learned in the 10 to 12 events that I've shot over the past four years or so. By no means am I an expert on this at all. This is just kind of my take on it, and I'm going to give it to you. So first of all, what is combat sports photography? Think boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, sports of those natures. Wrestling could even possibly fall in there. So not pro wrestling, but wrestling. So now you know what it is. Let's talk a little bit about the settings that I had last night. We'll include gear in this a little bit too. Last night I was shooting my Canon 5D Mark III, which I'm recording with currently, with my 24-70 2.8 that's on this body right here. Pretty good combo for me, works very well. I was shooting settings wise, I was shooting ISO 8000, which people thought was kind of crazy, f4, f3.5 to f4, and 1/400th of a second for shutter speed the majority of the night. For any time the action was going, that was about what I was shooting at. I dropped to 1/200th if the action was right close to me, straight down in a dark and shadowy kind of spot, so I could get a little better exposed picture when there wasn't a ton of fast action to capture. But otherwise, 1/400th is pretty much the minimum I like to keep to stop motion. F3 to 5 to F4 is kind of the minimum I like to go, so I can make sure I have the best luck of hitting the focus that I need to at the depths. That leaves me, the ISO is where I had to sacrifice. 8,000 ISO is high, yeah. I've shot higher at events, shot lower, but you have to make the sacrifice someplace, and I'll take it in ISO. A grainy or noisy image, better than a blurry or dark image. So I got to give the client some images. I got to work with the lighting conditions that's provided, and I don't have the ability to set up studio lighting to light it the way that I would love to be able to. I have to work with what's there. So ISO is going to be the one that I'm going to sacrifice on every time. 8,000 is pretty high. On my body, it will be grainy, it will be noisy. It's fight photography. It's not commercial beauty portraits. It's gritty, it's dirty. It's been that way forever. Black and whites from many years ago have always had grain and noise in them. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, higher end equipment, you're going to yield higher results. Every year new stuff comes out, the results get better and better. But you got to work with what you have available. I always keep a second body ready with my 7200 and usually a third body with me in case I'm having a very bad night and Murphy's striking. So in my 5D Mark III, I shoot 2 memory cards that record the exact same data to both of them. I shoot them in portions of the event and switch out regularly, so in case I do happen to lose the data on both cards for some reason, I only use it a portion of the event, not the entire event. Explaining to a promoter or client why you only gave them, or why you could only produce 75% of the event is way easier than explaining to them why you produce none of the event. So I also separate my cards after I pull them out, so that way, in case I'm robbed, someone steals my gear, I always have a set of cards that have the images on it, so I can produce images for the client. That is the final end game of what you're doing when someone's paying you to shoot their event. You must provide what your services are. So beyond that, I always shoot with a strap on my camera, and I never shoot with a lens hood, because Murphy says I'm going to drop my camera or the lens hood's going to pop off if I'm shooting over the top of the cage. I prefer to shoot over the top of the cage if I can. Sometimes it's not available, so you need to shoot through the cage. Shooting through the cage has a lot more challenges with trying to keep the focus where it's at, but after doing it a few times, it is manageable. Would I like better lighting? Of course. Are there things that they could do that would make life a little easier? Yeah, there are. You know, like during the fighting, the even light is okay to work with. It's the walkouts, the raising of the hands, those type of things in between the rounds. That stuff, I wish there was a little more constant even lighting at all times. The colored lighting and the on and off and dimming of it makes life a little more difficult, and you usually end up with a little more noise in those images than on the action ones. What is the end result people are looking for? The end result is a quality image capturing the event and the emotion to provide to the fighter or the promoter. That's what you're looking for as the end result. Sometimes it'll have grain, sometimes it'll have noise, but a non-blurry, exposed, grainy image is way better than the alternative, which is possibly no image whatsoever or a blurry image. So I hope that explains why I had the settings the way they were. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, let me know, and we can discuss it. By no means am I, expert on this. This is just stuff that I've learned, and sometimes the hard way, in shooting events. So check out my work at my Facebook page, BTH Photography, my Instagram at BTH Photography, and my website, which I'll have listed below. Leave comments, like this, share it around. If you have concerns, let me know. If you're looking for a fighter portrait session, let me know. I do those too. Those are a lot of fun. But honestly, combat sports or fight photography, that's what I love the most. It's pure raw emotion that you're not going to capture any other way. There's no other way to say it. It's probably one of the most beautiful, violent things I've ever seen in my entire life. So you should check it out. Again, I appreciate you watching. Have a good night.
Swear to God, I'm zoning. These drugs got me zoning. The world is mine, feel like I own it. I'm in my zone, zoning. Swear to God, I'm zoning. These drugs got me zoning. The world is mine, feel like I own it. I'm in my zone.